Alright.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Behind the Plate podcast off-season coverage, partnered with One IQ Sports. I'm Will. That's DJ. We're back. DJ,
We're back.
it feels good to be back.
I mean, it does. It's like bittersweet because we don't have to suffer like watching the Blue Jays, but we have to suffer seeing what they're doing in the off season.
I think it needs to be known. So I haven't worn any Blue Jays gear since Game 1 of the Wild Card Series. I put stuff on today for the first time in over a month, and they bring back Guillermo Martinez. Say Don Mattingly is going to be an offensive coordinator. Look at Dave Hudgens producing the future offensive hitters of the team. Oh my God.
I know.
And then
It's
saying
bad luck.
Joey Votto and Michael A. Taylor are priority targets, and we are looking at them.
Michael A. Taylor
So
is fine, but like,
bad.
why would we get Votto?
And then Matt Chapman stuff too. We remain absolutely interested in a multi-year deal with Chapman. No,
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 his bat was so bad.
no.
Like,
You have two
so
third
bad.
base prospects coming up right away. No.
Yeah.
So
And like, put our money towards something else. Like, look at the
Ohtani.
well, not, no, that's so
Dude,
far fetched.
that Ohtani report is the only thing that's giving me hope this offseason. I'm gonna just throw that right now.
Yeah, I have zero hope that we're getting him. Like, I
Same.
think there's like 5%, like less than a 5% chance we get him. But
Yeah.
I'm glad you're optimistic because
I just need something.
I'm really not.
Realistically, I'm looking at like Teo or Soler as like
Teo.
the big bats coming back. If it was
Yeah.
both, if they got both Teo and Soler,
Mhm.
I would end the offseason happy there. You can add whoever you want after that. Those two, I was like,
Yeah. No, I agree.
like I'd be okay if Chappie came back, but like for the right price and right length. Like I
Listen,
wouldn't. I'm not giving
yeah.
more than 20 over it, like 20 mil a year. Not a
No,
chance.
no,
Not a
I would
shot.
cry.
Ugh.
I would cry. And I think it's only a 1 or 2 year deal.
Yeah.
Like at most. Like, I don't know. He was so below average. That being said, like a lot of the bats, right? That's the good thing about this team. A lot of the bats did so shitty last year that it's only up. And like Vladdy can come back and Chappie could have a good year where this team could still be a really good team if they actually performed. So like there's a lot of upside to this team, but
I
I don't
have
know.
been I've been a big advocate for the Vladdy MVP bounce back year this year.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Yeah.
been I don't know, I don't think I've said it much to you, but like the last little bit, just seeing Vladdy get back to work right away, seeing that he's in Florida and trying to do like a 2021 style off season.
Yeah.
I'm riding on that Vladdy MVP bounce back type of season, and I've been
I think
told I'm crazy. So
if you're a Blue Jays fan, you're always hoping for it. Like,
it's the only thing I
come
got,
on,
man. Like,
we've seen him do great things. There's like little bat mechanics and like hitting mechanics that he switched last year. That if he switches back and gets to that level, like, man, he was so good that year. And maybe that was just like a one-off season, right? And
if
we're
it
just
is, then that's a sick and twisted universe that we're in.
yeah.
What a
But
sick joke.
insurance bats we do need, like, for sure, because this team can't go into this season looking the exact same as
I need
last
a
season. No
I
way.
need a Manoa 3 ERA this year. I'm like cutting his Mary
Oh
Brown's
yeah,
commercial and sending him somewhere else. Like,
I just
uh,
seen that too. Like that he deserves a second chance. They're like really high on him coming
yeah.
back and
Did you see
being a part of the rotation.
Atkins was saying that because it's the GM meetings, I think right now he was saying that
Yeah,
um, Manoa obviously has a leg up on everyone else for that fifth starting
yeah,
position, which makes sense. Like I'm
it does.
like if I was the Blue Jays front office, I'm kind of running into the year on the premises that Manoa's going to be your number 5 starter.
Hmm.
I
Well,
just don't see him starting in the minor leagues, no matter how bad his
no.
spring training is.
Well, here's the thing. With a guy like that, with an upside that could be like one of the best stars in the league, and a guy that shrivels in confidence when you shit on him, you have to talk him up and be like, okay, this guy's elite. This guy deserves a second chance. He's the best. Because if you shit on him and like send him to the minor leagues, he'll get butt hurt. And like the chances of him reaching his potential like he was goes from like a good 40% chance all the way down to like fuck you, I want a different team.
Yeah. Did you see some of his workout videos that he's been posting this year?
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, I threw an awesome tweet on that. He looks pretty slim. He looks like
Does
he's
he?
down. Yeah, I'd say he's down. I mean, not like down like a significant amount of weight, but he looks like he's dropped about 20 pounds since we last saw him in like what, August, July.
You have to though.
Yeah,
Like at what
like
point do you just like be like, okay,
I mean,
come
like
on.
to me, he's got to come in at the weight he was at the like 2021 spring training, in that regular season, like that like
Yeah.
225, not 325.
Yeah,
He's not
he
CC
was looking
Sabathia out here. Like, ugh,
that was a must though. Like you can't come into the season wanting respect, demanding respect, and just don't put any work in. You have to
oh,
like
that's the
prove yourself.
worst. Even Vladdy looked a little bit chunkier this year too.
Yeah.
I know Vladdy's thick, but like instead of like thick with two C's, he was thick with like six this year. Like it was like 2019 looking Vladdy.
They came in too confident this year.
Yeah, everyone
That's
came
the
in too
problem.
confident this year.
Yeah. They're
Um,
just like, yeah, we don't have to work out and do all that shit because we're already looked at as a top three team in the league. We're gonna be fine just on
now they're not
skill
even a top
alone.
three team in their division. I
I
like.
know.
I genuinely, I'm terrified of Boston this offseason. I think
Yeah.
Boston has the resources to make runs at big name free agents. I also think they have the pieces to get a Soto trade. Out of any team in the East, Boston to me is the favorite to get Soto.
And they were surprisingly good last year already. So
Yeah,
like
I don't like it.
adding on top of that, yeah, that's
I think
scary.
I think the Yankees strike out a lot this offseason, personally.
I hope
I
they do. They had
I
a
have
trash year.
my Yankees offseason, and I think it's gonna be pretty close. I have them signing Bellinger. I have them signing Jock Peterson, Jeimer
Wait, the
Candelario,
Yankees?
yeah,
Oh,
Sevy and Montas re-signing, and that's just their offseason. That's it. I don't really think they go crazy. I think they go crazy on Belly, and then he turns into like Joey Gallo of like
yeah.
2021.
LA's fucking nuts though. He had a really good year.
Yeah, but he is like the obvious red flag free agent.
I don't
Like if
know. I mean, I
I
guess you're right.
like he has he there's so much mystery with him. He either is the like he has the ceiling of MVP and he has the floor of borderline single A player.
Yeah, we're talking about Alec Manoa in player form.
Yeah, basically. There's to
Yeah,
me,
I
I
know.
would rather if I had to choose personally, I would take Matt Chapman right now over Bellinger because Matt Chapman, you know what
Totally.
you're gonna get with Chapman. And he's Belly's injury prone. He's been injured a lot the last couple of years. Chappie's not.
That's a bold statement.
I know. But there's just Bellinger's such a wild card and he's probably gonna be demanding like a 7 year deal upwards of $175 million. Whereas Chappie's probably gonna take 125.
Well, he was looking like the old version of himself last year, and I know it might be a one-off, but I'm
Yeah.
willing to take a chance on that. Like to be honest, if I'm the Yankees, they don't really
Yeah.
have much going for them right now. So like, why wouldn't you in that
I think
stadium too?
if you could get Belly for a short term deal, like a 2 or 3 year deal, then you really know. Because if he has 2 years where he sucks, then you know, well,
Yeah,
that really was a one off year. I just guaranteeing a lot of money and long term contract to Bellinger right now would scare me if I was a lot of teams.
I think I'd give him 2 to 3, and then like just extend him to a max if he's as good as he can be.
Yeah, my
No, I think you're right.
I know, I already know who I'm gonna hate next year. Kevin Kiermaier has been talking with the Yankees and says he would love to play with the Yankees. If that son of a bitch goes to the Yankees, he goes right back to being the most hated player I've ever had. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I will look back fondly on his time in Toronto, but he will go back to being public enemy number one, ready to like throw hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna forget about it right away.
I will never look in his eyes the same way. I will not have that sheepish smile every time I see him catch a ball. It'll be pure anger. If he goes to the Dodgers, whatever. If he came back, I'd really love it if he just came back for like a 2 or 3 year deal. I don't think he does.
Yeah. A platinum glove in the outfield never hurts.
Oh, and then you
Yeah.
can just let Varsho run in left. But I mean, personally, I kind of want to see Varsho in center this year. Personally,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, his upside
I
with his
think,
glove is like one of
I
the
think,
best in the league.
and I think there's a confidence boost there too for him. Like last year we didn't really see that confidence and swagger that I think a lot of us kind of thought we'd maybe see with Varsho. I know he's a
September,
quieter
he
guy.
was coming around.
Yeah, but
September.
I think getting that confidence boost of hey, you're the guy in center field, like you're the dude. Hey, like you're captain, so you're the captain of the outfield. Get out there and get going. I think there's a big boost there, confidence wise, and you'll see it at the plate. There'll be an extra bit of swagger there. At least that's what I'm hoping for, sheepishly.
Well, after seeing what the Diamondbacks achieved in one season with our whole future, um, we kind
I
of need something
did
more out of them.
Toronto media when Rob Longley tweeted out every time Moreno swung at a baseball and made contact, I was ready to shoot myself. Like I was getting ready to the point where it's like Moreno just took a big fat shit in the locker room, a lot more solid than what Varsho could ever do. Like that's the level that we got to. It was horrible. And then Moreno won the Gold Glove, and he's like, "Well, he's a whole lot better than any catcher the Blue Jays ever had in their lifetime."
And he's hitting nukes like so consistently in the playoffs, like batting third in their
See, but the
lineup
thing,
as a
and
Gold
that is the
Glover.
thing. He didn't even have that great of a postseason. His postseason numbers weren't amazing.
For a catcher,
For a
it was
catcher, they were good,
cute.
but it was just
His first
every time we watched
postseason.
him. Yeah,
Yeah,
I I don't think his postseason numbers were as solid as everyone makes it out to be.
it's
Like
better than
he
Varsho,
hit
that's for
he
sure.
hit 238. He just had a really good series against the Dodgers and against the Phillies. But like in
Hmm.
the World Series he hit 150. In the Wild Card Series, he had one hit.
Well, but it also goes back to like, okay, but compare that to Varsho.
Well, let's give Varsho more than 2 games, man.
Well, like we give you look at Varsho, but not only do we have Moreno, we also have your favorite player in that trade. You know, he's a big piece in that. Like, are we losing this deal so far? Yeah,
Yeah. But
because
I think
Gurriel's really good too.
the trade is way too early to tell a winner or loser, in my opinions. Because Varsho still has 2 or more years in Toronto. Like
Hmm.
they could like let's say Varsho comes out and hits 260 next year and hits 30 bombs and
Hmm.
Gabby Moreno kind of does what he did this year, like regular
Yeah.
season wise, everyone's mind switches on the Varsho trade.
Oh
Because
yeah,
Moreno
that's with
didn't have a
everything.
like a Moreno had a good year, but he didn't have anything to write home about, especially in the regular season.
Well, it's just because he's so young, right? Like
Yeah, and
he
he was a
was
top prospect.
a prospect, yeah, like one of our top prospects. So it's like to throw that away for one guy that they had a lot of trust in Varsho, and he's really got to prove himself
Hmm.
this year. Like
Like,
this year, he
yeah,
has to.
Moreno hit the ball, but like he didn't really hit for power, which we kind of saw in Toronto. Everyone kind of blamed it on
Yeah.
like on a thumb injury, but he was supposedly healthy this year, minus a couple setbacks, but like
Hmm.
7 home runs. If
Yeah,
Varsho goes out and hits 30 next year and Moreno hits 15, no one cares.
I
No one
know,
cares
but
about the Moreno trade.
you also have to think like it helps your confidence when you go out there and you can hit in the postseason. Even if you
Yeah,
didn't hit great, they made it to the World Series, so they're
yeah.
gonna come out with
Oh,
like fire lit under, their
yeah.
ass.
Like I'm not saying Moreno's a bad player. Moreno's a great player and he's gonna
Yeah.
be a stud. But Like
Gurriel too.
the
Gurriel's a
treating
great
him
player
like
too.
he's a buster, like he's the next like Johnny Bench and Yogi Berra is insane. This dude
Yeah.
hasn't played 162 games yet.
Yeah.
Like, let him play a full season before we talk about the next great catcher.
It's literally just because they made it so far in the postseason,
Yeah,
and he hit some clutch home runs.
yeah. Dude, he could have went 4 for 4 in the wild card series, and the Diamondbacks could have been swept, and no one would have said a thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
you're right.
it's
When it's on national television and it's like
yeah,
in front of a lot of people, they're gonna say something.
yeah. I mean, like, fair enough. You know what? Everyone,
Yeah.
everyone makes their bad trades.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this one.
Exactly. Yeah.
This one just was put onto the national spotlight because of Corbin Carroll and Ketel Marte basically dragging the team into the playoffs in the World Series.
Well, Carroll wasn't good off the rip. I remember he started the playoffs pretty bad.
Carroll
But
sucked all
Martin,
postseason. I don't think he got a hit in the
yeah,
World Series.
exactly. I don't remember. But Marte is a fucking superstar, bro.
Beast. I yeah.
Like, he's
I
so good.
yeah. I don't think Arizona does a whole lot. Arizona needs pitching, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I
Oh,
don't think
oh.
Gurriel goes back to the Diamondbacks. Well, I have it. I do think he does, but like I also see him going elsewhere. Like I could see Miami, Houston, Toronto.
He has value to his name now, I
Yeah.
think.
Well, I mean the Diamondbacks making the World Series, and he actually had a decent postseason.
Like decent, yeah. He did what he like.
Like
He helped out here or there.
he had a better
He
postseason
probably.
than Moreno did, I believe.
I don't think he did. Check it out. I
I
think they
will.
had like
They might
very
have had very
similar.
similar ones.
Yeah,
Uh,
low 200s batting average, probably.
in the wild card series, he hit 125. He went 1 for 8. In the NLDS, he had a 308 batting average. The NLCS, he had a 259 batting average. In the World Series, he had a 333 batting average.
Okay, so he
He had
did.
3 bombs. Had 20. He went 20 for 78, which was good for 270. Few ribbies.
Oh,
He had a better
just solid.
postseason. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
typical. Like if you had to look at the slash lines, it is how you expect a Lourdes Gurriel season to go. Shitty
yeah,
April, really good May, really bad June, an amazing July, and it rounds out pretty well.
yeah. No, I agree. They had what a weird playoffs in general.
Yeah,
Like, I wasn't shocked that the Phillies were looking so good, but then they were just like, "Ha, psych, Phillies aren't going nowhere." Like everything made no sense. It was
yeah,
crazy.
it was not. It was not the best. It
Made me
was
feel better
fun.
about the Blue Jays.
It did. Seeing Atlanta get dicked.
Dogged, yeah,
Seeing Milwaukee get dogged. Seeing LA get embarrassed. LA didn't
yeah.
even look like a team that belonged in the playoffs.
I
Seeing
know.
Tampa Bay get embarrassed. Seeing Baltimore get embarrassed.
Baltimore, everybody, all the top teams gone,
It did make
just
me feel
gone.
better. It did feel like this year was kind of threw some names in some hats, shuffled it around, 52 pickup style.
Yeah.
So that did make me feel better, but ending Minnesota's playoff curse did not make me feel
Oh, well,
anything happy
obviously
inside.
not.
I about punched a window when I saw Jose Barrios got yanked in game two.
Yeah, I
Everything,
know.
the revolver was loaded, and like the trigger was, like the finger was on the trigger, man.
That was
And
so
then
fucked up.
then there was like a moment of acceptance. Like
Yeah.
Kikuchi had like let the second run in, and there was a moment of acceptance. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I
We're
was like,
done. Yeah.
I hope this brings change. And guess what? It didn't.
No. Just threw each other under
It
the
just
bus and said,
instead
you
it
know,
just brought shit. It brought
yeah.
probably one of the worst third base coaches in the league. It has Dave Hudgens, the guy they didn't trust with the major league team, to develop the minor league team, and it led Guillermo Martinez to stay. And
Rivera needs to come
oh,
back. Rivera just needs to come back. Please.
there's no, I don't want anything. I'd rather run third base right now than anyone else.
Yeah, me too.
I'd rather run, dude. I would trust an 8-year-old right now with the hitting core more than I would trust Guillermo. It's insane.
I can't believe he's back. I
You know what
can't believe they
happens?
let it like.
You know what
Ugh.
happens when normal people are shit at their job? They get fired. You know what happens when Guillermo Martinez is shit at his job? He gets praised and gets to keep his
Yeah.
job. Insane.
What did they do though? I don't know what they're thinking. Like, did they blame it on the players? Like,
I think
with
they
like such superstar players on this team.
I think they just told Dave Hudgens to take the fall for it and be like, "Hey man, you're the scapegoat. Go to Florida, retire in a couple years, and then, dude, Mattingly as the offensive coordinator. If that happens, insane, insane. I am boycotting 2024. I will go be a fan of the Phillies.
Phillies saved baseball this
Just throwing that
postseason
out
on a
there.
better
Phillies
note.
did.
Yeah,
Phillies
they
did.
really brought a lot of eyes, like that fan base. Philadelphia has always been that way with their teams, but holy, that was like the one thing that brought me back into watching baseball after getting my heart broken. I was like, I'm not gonna watch a single game. Just started watching Phillies games, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
I
this is what I want.
There was only two teams that I watched every single game of their postseason. It was Philly, and it was Arizona.
And the Blue Jays.
Yeah, and the Blue Jays, but that was two. That doesn't count. Honestly, in my mind, the Blue Jays didn't really make the postseason. Like
Yeah,
when I look at
yeah,
the bracket and I see the Blue Jays, I'm like, oh right, we made it. We didn't just play game 163 and 64.
yeah.
Technically, it
We
counts.
we have the playoff curse passed down on us now.
Yeah, we do.
Gotta
No,
be.
the Angels have it worse. The Angels haven't won one since 2014.
I know, but it's
Or
like the
no,
cheese touch.
no, 2009.
They're really bad, but like, who cares about them? They're not going to make the playoffs. We're going to actually make the playoffs. We're just
And
not going
still
to
lose.
do anything. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, I think. I mean, dude, if they can't figure it out this year, kill me.
yeah. We said that this year, and we're still here
Yeah,
making an off-season podcast.
yeah.
So
I have
we're probably
five.
not going anywhere.
I have five players that I want the Jays to target this offseason. I don't know if you have any players you want them to target.
Otani.
Otani, yeah, Otani, dude, unicorn style. I was actually looking. Okay, I was looking at Otani. He's gonna be 30. I
Yeah,
didn't
I
think.
know. He
I thought he
came
was
into
like.
the league late.
I thought he was like 27, 28. So I was like, when I was like, yeah, I'd give him 12 years, 500. And now I'm looking. I'm like, 12 years is till he's 42. Like,
Yeah.
dude, an Otani contract is gonna be insane because you go 10 485. Well, that's $48.5 million a year until he's 40. It's
Yeah.
insane. I
A
just
10-year, especially with his injuries, is just not happening.
I'd love Otani, but I don't know if it helps. Like I'd want
Yeah.
Otani. I want
No.
Otani for like 3 years, not
Exactly.
10.
Just short.
Just
Get us a check.
logistically wise. Like
Get him a
I'll
check. Yeah.
he's the Kawhi Leonard for me.
That's exactly what I was gonna
Or
say,
that's what
actually.
Juan Soto would be like. You know, if the Jays went out and traded for Soto, he's the Kawhi Leonard, you know?
Yeah,
But they
I
won't.
totally agree.
Instead, they're going to get Justin Turner, Ahmed Rosario, and Michael A. Taylor and call it an off season. So
I
mad.
hope not.
I have no faith. I had faith in like October 5th when Shapiro was meeting with the media, and I was like, yep, James Click, he's going to be the general manager. It's the start of a new Blue Jays era. And then it wasn't.
Yeah,
And
bad
I've
one.
lost
Yeah,
faith,
bad one.
faith ever since, man. I have no faith. But I have five players I want the Jays to target. Um, so
Go
number
for it.
one's Jorge Soler. I feel like that's pretty obvious. He had 34 bombs. He's an absolute killer. He
Yeah, I would
was
agree.
one of the Braves' main stake guys in 2021 in the postseason. He basically won them the chip. Them, Eddie, and Jacques Peterson. Number two is a reunion with Teoscar Hernandez.
Yes, that
Like,
has to be on your top
I
five.
feel like that's pretty obvious. Like, I feel like
Yeah,
that's just.
the first
He's
two
going
are
to come
definitely
back with
obvious.
some aura, and he's going to be the dude. He's going to be like, I'm going to shove it down all your throats this year. Number three is a bit off the board, but I want Reese Hoskins for like a 1 year prove it deal.
Hmm.
Just coming off injuries, dude's a good bopper bat, first base DH style. If you can't get both Soler and Teo, you know you can grab one of them and then grab a Hoskins.
Yeah.
Four is a trade. I have Brendan Drury.
Oh, he had a good year for them
Yeah,
last year.
go to
The Angels.
go to Drury.
I feel like that's a pretty simple trade. You just like throw in like an Espinal and like some minor league pitcher, maybe an Otto Lopez, and call it a day. And
Hmm.
then fifth, dude. I looked this dude up 800 times, and I still don't know if he's a free agent or not. But Jeimer Candelario, no idea what he.
Oh,
He's a third baseman. He was with the Cubs
yeah.
and the National. He's played third and first. Pretty good player. I think he's a free agent. I kind of want him. My honorable mention is Gio Urshela for
Wow.
third.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised you're missing somebody in there that I thought you were gonna say. Unless you said it and I'm
Gurriel.
just blanking.
Who?
Yeah.
Gurriel. No, I just don't think I want Gurriel, but I just don't think they go for it. Um,
Yeah, I know.
I also just don't really want Gurriel patrolling left field. Like, I get he's okay defensively, like okay, but I feel like in Toronto's left field he might need a GPS because he really
Yeah.
struggled when
And
the dimensions were normal, and now we got little indents and stuff. Like it's a little fancy there.
our defense in the outfield is like the best in the league. So it's like
Yeah,
it's hard to
like
like put him out there, but his bat is like, you know.
yeah, it would be hard to go from watching Dalton Varsho in left field to Gurriel. I'd
Oh
say
yeah.
that. Like to go from watching an outfield of Springer, Kiermaier, Varsho to like Springer, Varsho, Gurriel would be like, ugh. Even I'd rather like if you sign Teo, to me he's your left fielder. He's had some pretty good years in left field, and I feel like if you got him early, he could figure it out.
Do you want Wit back? Would that
No,
interest you at all?
Davis Schneider to me is the wit of the future. So is Biggio.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
with Biggio. Oh my God. Let's talk about Biggio. What a way to end your season carrying this team on your
Dude, I
back.
think he's opening day second baseman. I'll say that.
He should be. He
I
deserved
think
it.
he's the opening day second baseman, unless they pull the trade that I think. Well, not that I think they're gonna pull, but I want them to pull because I think Cincinnati is gonna be more willing to trade this player than they actually admit they are going to be. I came up with this sneaky, awesome, mwahaha trade.
Wait, Candelario is a free agent.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then
And
sign
it
him.
says the Blue
I'd give him
Jays
like a 1 year
are
deal.
and the Blue Jays are a top fit for him.
Yeah, I'd give him like a 1 year deal. Let or Elvis Martinez platoon with him. You know,
Yeah, I agree.
but
22 home runs, 70 ribbies.
he's so good, so good. But my
We
trade,
need somebody like that.
my sneaky, fun little trade that I wanted to sprinkle in here
Hmm.
is a trade with the Reds. It would require us to go and sign a starting pitcher because I'm selling high on Yusei Kikuchi.
You're selling high.
I'm selling high on Yusei Kikuchi. Kikuchi goes to the Reds with Jimmy Garcia and Santiago Espinal in return for Jonathan India.
Wait. Say that again.
Reds get Kikuchi, Garcia, and Espinal. The Blue Jays get Jonathan India.
Bet you could ship off fucking.
I'd even throw in
Uh,
an Otto Lopez in that deal as well.
I mean, I don't hate it just because like he's so hit or miss, and his value's at an all-time high
Yeah.
coming off last season. Like,
And they're for
yeah,
the Reds, they have like six young infield prospects that are like either in the majors or just about to be in the majors. And India's kind of like he's kind of doesn't really have a role in that team anymore. So
yeah,
you send him to Toronto. He's your everyday second baseman, and then Espinal's kind of like the backup for all of those guys.
yeah. No, I agree,
And the Reds need pitching, so Kikuchi
but
and
I didn't.
Garcia. Mm.
I didn't think of it, but yeah, I agree. Trading Kikuchi, like our pitching staff was so good last year that like
It's the
we
one
need.
thing I'm like high on is trading
Yeah.
Kikuchi.
So it's like, yeah, we can afford to throw him away to get something else because we do not have depth like offensively at all last season. So that's the main thing. Like, get some fucking offensive depth. Yes, again, like I said, the upside to this lineup could be crazy, but going off of what we seen last season and obviously not making any big changes to our offensive like coaching staff, like we need someone and I agree. Like I would say mine would be very similar. Obviously, you have some sneaky ones like Reese Hoskins. I never thought about that. That's very interesting to me.
Thanks, Poops.
But yeah, I don't know. For the most part, I agree. I mean, but it's quite obvious what this team has to do over the offseason. Just don't do what they've been doing for the last fucking 2 years, doing
Losing.
nothing. But Soler would like make
Oh,
this team
Soler.
like that. Yeah, that's the
Oh,
top one for me.
there's
Is
your
like
Jose
Soler picked
Bautista.
up. Sorry.
There's your Jose Bautista, Joe Carter
Yeah,
style. Wow.
yeah.
Um,
That would be the biggest thing for me if we picked up Soler. Like, sign me up. Like, that
I
guy
need it.
hits nukes. Everything is a nuke with that guy.
So Ben Nicholson Smith has put out his thing that says the Jays are in clear thing. I haven't really looked through it, but Joey Votto's the headline photo, so yay. But
Sure,
it also
bring him in for the hitting coach.
yeah, but it also says that the Jays have talked to the Mariners about trading for Eugenio Suarez, which is like hit
Oh,
or
okay.
miss.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
I don't
yeah,
know.
bring Votto in as the hitting coach. That's the
Yeah,
only way I accept it.
I did talk myself into signing Joey Votto for about an hour. There was an hour where I was dead convinced if within that hour, if the Jays signed Joey Votto, I would have been okay with life. And then I like
Mhm.
snapped myself out of it. Noah was like, I could see the Yankees getting Joey Votto. And I was like, no, absolutely not. Joey Votto is Canadian. If he's going anywhere, it's Toronto. Think about the crowds. Think about
The
think about
comeback
the magical
story.
playoff run. He wins a World Series in Toronto. Joey Votto, Canadian, World Series, his first ever, goes into the Hall of Fame as a Blue Jay.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And there,
I think
that was my
if
hour.
the only way we got him, and I would be like somewhat okay,
Spring
a
training
cheap
invite.
1 year deal.
Similar to
Like
what
he
Belt got.
would be, yeah, and he would be like really, really good for those young bats. Like
Yeah,
really good. Even like Vladdy Bo, like he could teach them a lot. Like he's a former MVP fucking type player.
yeah.
Like he was the
And he can
best
play first
hitter
base.
at some point. Yeah. Sorry?
Yeah. And he can play first base. He's a lefty bat
Yeah.
with some pop. I don't know if it's still there. He is like 95. But he's a good
Yeah,
personality. Like that's the thing. The Jays
exactly.
don't really have like a great personality player. They did with Kiermaier. Kiermaier is a really good personality. They don't have that type of player. They haven't really had that type of player for a while.
Well,
Um,
Guriel. But
so Votto is that kind of guy.
yeah, I wouldn't be mad at Votto if we got him cheap enough on a 1 year deal. Nothing more though.
No, to me, anything over like 1 to 5 million is way too much for Votto.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking very low.
Yeah, like it's
But
like I
another
was thinking league minimum, but I was like, there's no way he takes that. So I was like, maybe a couple mil.
another sneaky one I wouldn't mind. He's veteran. He had a really fucking good year last year. He's a little older for sure, but JD Martinez, he's a DH, but
JD,
I don't know.
yeah,
He's got
I do like Martinez as well.
like 101 ribbies with 33 home runs in your age 35 season when everyone like kind of like thought he was just out of his prime and just done, bro. Like I
He
know he
was,
played on a really good Dodgers team, but
yeah, he's my blob. Basic last option bitch or back. Like he's the guy you struck out on Teo and Soler, and you're like, shit, I need a
yeah,
power
we need
bat.
somebody.
JD
Yeah.
Martinez, here's a 2 year, $40 million deal, and he's like,
Mhm.
okay, I guess I'll go to Toronto. I'm JD Martinez. My brother
Yeah,
Victor
I don't
Martinez
know.
is gonna be the hitting coach. Like,
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know how like what the chances are that he leaves the NL because I don't know. He
yeah.
just
Well, so I don't think he goes back to the Dodgers because I think the Dodgers get Otani, and Otani's gonna DH 162 games. Like that's your DH is
yeah.
Otani.
Oh yeah, I'm not playing Otani. Especially if you play like sign him to a fucking huge deal, like 8 years, 7 years, whatever. You
Yeah.
cannot play him in like you cannot pitch him the first year. Like there's no shot. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what we do, and I just hope we don't do nothing.
I don't think we do nothing. I just hope we do the right things. You
Yeah,
know,
I
like I
hope we
hope
don't
the
just get a
moves
win.
make sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hope we don't just get a win and like some small bats because we don't need some small bats. We need
we need
someone
some
that can
bops.
fucking pop. We need a pop bat.
Could you imagine a lineup? Sorry, now we're going here. George Springer, Bo Bichette, Vladdy Guerrero
Huh.
Jr., Jorge Soler, Teoscar Hernandez, Alejandro Kirk, Dalton Varsho, Kevin Biggio,
Oh,
and then like Relvis Martinez, Jaimer Candelario.
yeah, that's a dream right there.
I need it. Bring it to me.
Yeah, we need more than one fucking bat with 30 home runs. That's for sure.
Insane. It's the fact that we didn't have any. Michael A. Taylor hit 21 home runs last year, would have led the team this year. Like he would have led the
What?
2023 Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah, Michael A. Taylor had 21 home runs.
No, Vladdy had more than 21.
Did he? I thought Michael A. Taylor had more than Vladdy.
No,
How many did Michael A.
no.
Taylor hit this year? Michael A. Taylor, 21 home runs. Maybe I'm way off. Maybe Vladdy had 22 or 23.
I think Vladdy had like 26.
Did he?
Yeah,
Well, that's
because
seeing
there was a
this.
chance of getting 30.
Was there a chance at 30 or was that me being too. Oh, it was 26. Sorry, so he would have been
Woo.
second on the Blue Jays.
Phew.
So to Michael A.
What?
Taylor would have been second on the Blue Jays because no one
How many
else.
did Bo had? Bo had
I
20 or
had.
21.
I don't think he did he? I thought Bo was under 20. I thought Vladdy was the only 20 home run hitter. I'm way off,
No,
man.
we had
Maybe.
a couple.
Bo was
And
20,
then
so
and
Michael A.
then
Taylor was over.
I
Springer didn't
know
hit 20.
Varsho had 20 something, I thought.
I thought he had like 17. Nope, 20. Right on the dot. So Michael A. Taylor's still up.
Damn, who else?
Springer
Who else?
definitely didn't. Springer didn't have 20. I don't even think
No,
Springer
it
had
did.
15. How many did Chappie have?
Check how much Springer had, because I don't remember.
I want to see how much Chappie had first. Because something tells me Chappie actually hit, like, decent bombs. No, he had 17. Fuck me.
Hmm.
Springer Blue Jays. I remember the night Springer signed with the Blue Jays. I thought I died and went to heaven. Springer had 21, so he ties with Michael A. Taylor.
Oh, there you go.
So Michael A. Taylor finishes tied second with the Blue
But
Jays
still,
home run
yes, you're
leaders.
correct. Oh,
You know how
he would not
stupid
do it.
that sounds? That should never
Yeah.
be a thing.
No.
Also, I want World Series MVP George Springer to show up pretty soon.
Me too. He just needs to. I don't know. He's so hit or miss. He's either like an electric elite player or he's just the worst player in the league.
Yeah.
With the bat, I'm talking about. He's pretty good with his glove, no matter what. But yeah, I don't know. We need something, and I'm just sick of not getting anything out of this team. And last year was so annoying because like it was the same thing every week. So we know the potential's there. You got a gross look on your face. What's going
Yeah.
on?
I forgot about this. So this thing, there's just like a whole bunch of stuff that O'Neill's gonna like. Tyler O'Neill's like a non-tender candidate for the Cardinals, and everyone. I'm seeing a lot of things that O'Neill to the Blue Jays just makes the most sense, and it's like
Oh, he's pretty good. I like
I
O'Neal.
like it, but he's not bad. There's worse, but there's better.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, he shouldn't be our number one target.
he
That's for
shouldn't
sure.
be the guy. He shouldn't be the first player you acquire in an
But
offseason.
he could be like that guy
There
that
could
you
be a
like.
trade for Tyler
He
O'Neill.
could.
I saw.
He could be
Oh,
that guy. What?
231 average, 9 home runs,
Yeah, he had
21
a bad
RBIs,
year.
312 on base percentage, 403 slug gain, 715
He's
OPS,
always great,
94
great,
OPS plus. Ugh.
great with the glove. Great with the glove.
But dude, he bopped in 2021. 286, 352, 560, 912 OPS, 34 home runs, 80 RBIs. Bring him to Toronto, he hits 60.
And he's Canadian too. It's that
Oh,
Canadian
right, he
revenge
is
story.
too. Oh,
Yeah.
never mind, I'm in on it. Bring it to me. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay
Yeah.
if it's like 1 or 2 years, you know.
He's also fucking like super, super fast.
Well, yeah,
That
he is
guy's a
too, isn't
speed
he?
demon. Yeah.
Is he the guy who's super, super jacked?
Like smaller, but I think he's in good shape.
Okay,
White guy.
'cause yeah, I just remember that like back in like 2017, 2018, St. Louis had some dude who was absolutely jacked, like a straight unit.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got this now. It popped up on my phone. Votto Suarez on Blue Jays radar as the search for
Ugh,
multiple bats continues.
ugh. I'm gonna look up
Can,
2018
why
card.
can't it just be like
Why can't it be
Soler?
like Otani, Soler, Bellinger? Even though I ripped Bellinger.
Hey, I would take Bellinger too. I'd take a chance on him too. That could be like fucking, you know, what's his name? Oh my, Josh Donaldson 2.0.
Oh, it was Tyler O'Neill who was jacked. Sorry.
He's got big arms.
Dude's built. But he's like 5'2".
Exactly, he's a small guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know what the Blue Jays do.
Title of this video is Blue Jays do something,
We're
please.
back. What are the Blue Jays?
Oh God.
Man,
Yeah, I might be a D-backs fan next year.
Phillies, bro.
For real.
Phillies.
Phillies, yes, you're right.
Harper.
Let's just be bandwagon.
Castellanos and his son were like, dude, that made me want to.
Electric.
That made me want to run through like a brick wall. I was like,
I
get me
hated
a
my dad because of
Castellanos
that.
jersey. What'd you say? Did you say you hated your dad because of that?
Just kidding.
Dude, I was always thinking, I'm like, damn, that should have been me if only my parents were good.
Yeah, give me fucking front row tickets to every
Dude,
game. Why
I'd be a
can't my
player's
dad
best
be
friend.
hitting nukes? Yeah, oh yeah, me
You
too.
kidding me?
No problem.
Dude, me and Vladdy, it'd be like this, bro. Vladdy would be pulling up to my parties, not the other way around.
Yeah. Like Flatty is my
Vladdy
best
and
friend.
Bo, I'd be giving Bo hair tips all year long.
No, no
No,
way.
I
No.
I will say one thing. Sorry, this is like way off topic, but like baseball looks, like uniform style. I've started to become a huge fan of like the tight short pants that like end right above your ankle. Like kind
Oh,
of
okay.
like what Bobby Witt Jr. does.
Yeah, that is very weird.
I've
Bobby
been
with just a fucking he's gonna win MVP this year.
like
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah, coming up.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant this year. No, I was like, you do know Otani existed with the
Oh
10
no no
WAR.
no coming up, coming up.
Okay. Yeah, no, I feel it. I feel it. Bobby Witt's a dog, bro. A
Yeah.
dog. Love
And
him.
he like even the leap he took into this season, like if he takes that leap again, like
It's just a
he is
shame
just
he's on Kansas City, man.
yeah,
That
what a
dude would be
waste.
electric in the playoffs.
What a waste. But
I
we'll do
say,
those predictions closer to the season, like MVP and
oh yeah.
then like rookie of the year.
I do want to try and say if when big free agent signings happen, we'll hop on and do like a special podcast episode. So like
Well we
if when an Otani signs and a Bellinger signs and like a Chapman and like a Nola sign, we'll hop on.
yeah. Yeah, I'm down. I'm always down
Just
to
to
do
go
that.
crazy. And then I
When's
don't know.
the
Oh,
deadline? Like
for what?
to get all these players usually like
Um,
when do you think it'll
probably
like
like
be?
the start of spring training is usually kind of there's no specific day where everyone has to
Okay,
sign.
yeah.
It's open.
Hmm.
It's open, but there's
Yeah. Well,
nothing
I'm looking
specific.
forward to it. Like big
Man,
change. If there's no big change, then I'll be let down big time.
um, yeah. And then I don't know what we want to do. Do we want to hop on every time the Blue Jays make a signing or a trade, or no? Because like I don't really want to hop on when they sign Joe
Mm.
Buck from like or Joe Random from like the Oakland A's.
No, like
But
big
like
signings that make
yeah,
sense.
like if a Soler or like a Teo hopped on or the team, even if like a Candelario signed.
Yeah, like something that's gonna make a drastic change,
Yeah.
like to the team, and then we could talk about what they could go and do next.
What the
Because,
future of
like I
other
said,
free agents look like too from the move.
yeah, and it's like I said, it's very hard to make a podcast every week on the off season
Yeah.
because there's not much like to talk about. But once that starts coming up, it'll be easier to get more of a weekly basis going.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think the market's gonna be pretty dead until Otani signs. Because teams are
Oh
gonna be
man,
because let's be real, 25 teams are going after Otani, and
yeah,
every player is gonna sit there and go, well, why the hell would I sign with a team? And before Otani signs, when Otani signs, that leaves 24 other teams desperate for a player, and they're gonna overpay. Like a Bellinger and a Chapman's value goes up exponentially.
yeah,
Same with like a Nola and Eduardo Rodriguez, a Hater. Yeah,
yeah. Hater's also a good pickup for anybody that needs an arm. He was really
I
good.
think Texas gets it, man.
Oh, I mean,
Like
holy
I just look at
Chapman was fucking
teams.
awful,
Yeah,
man.
I look at teams that need a closer that can compete this year.
Hmm.
Eh, I just feel like Texas makes the most sense that they kind of go after it.
Yeah,
The only other team I see making a splash for a closer is Baltimore. Because Bautista's hurt. He's got TJ, so he's out for the year. So I think, I gotta like them. Like I think they get a Kimbrel personally.
yeah. I don't think they go
I don't think,
and
dude,
go
Hater's
too
contract's
crazy.
gonna be super weird because he's either gonna get a
What is it?
buttload of money or he's gonna get a really weird like 2 year deal. Like
I think it's gonna be a 2-year deal.
he either gets like a 5 year deal that beats Edwin Diaz's contract, or he gets a 2 year $45 million or 2 year $60 million deal, 2 year $50 million deal, something like that.
I'm giving him like 2 years, 54, only because he's another one of those players that like has shown he is super inconsistent. But
Especially in the
you could
last
also
couple of
add
years.
him, yeah, and you can add him to a playoff team, and he could like shut down the back
Yeah,
end of your bullpen if he's like at his on his A game.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I'm doing anymore. And I think that's one of those players that like we don't need that the
no.
Blue Jays might randomly sign, and I'm just gonna be like, what the fuck?
I mean, I'd run through a brick wall if we signed Hater, but like personally, um,
Yeah.
my player to watch this offseason is Will Smith, the reliever. He's been on his last three teams. Have you seen the post?
No.
Since 2021, Will Smith has been on the World Series winner. Will Smith, like the reliever, was on the 2021 Atlanta Braves, the
Hmm.
2022 Houston Astros, and the 2023 Texas Rangers. Wherever he signs is the 2024 World Series winner.
Well, let's hope it's not the Yankees then.
He's like, who was that guy from the NBA who kept getting the rings? Who like 3 years in a row.
Oh my
It was
god.
two with Golden State, then he got the last one with Toronto, and he had like the
Oh
three-peat.
my
Who was that?
god. Oh my
That's
god.
who Will Smith is. Uh,
Oh my god.
who was fuck,
Now you're
there's
making
a
me think. I need to know this.
and there's a guy in the NHL too. Is that Pat Maroon who's been on the last? Who's on like three
Yeah. It was
winners in a
Pat
row?
Maroon in the NHL. Yeah. Who the fuck was it in the on the Raptors?
Was it? No, it wasn't Gasol.
Porter? No.
Jeremy Lin? No.
No.
Patrick McCaw? That feels like it was. Pat McCaw.
What the
No, it
fuck?
couldn't have been.
I'm just thinking of Green, but he didn't win with Golden
That yeah,
State.
that's the first person who came to my mind too.
Like what? He won with Golden State?
I swear it was Golden State.
Like,
Where are they
I
now?
don't know.
Let's take a look at this. Carlisle, no. Pascal Siakam, no. Danny Green, no. Marcus Gasol.
I know Hughes
No.
didn't
Chris Paul.
play.
No.
Yeah, I don't think he played, but I just know that he had like the three-peat.
Huh.
What player three-peated with the Raptors? It was Pat McCaw. No, it wasn't. He won 3 NBA championships in his first 3 seasons, 2 with Golden State and 1 with Toronto. Yeah, Pat McCaw.
Matt McCall.
Yeah,
Oh, dang.
that's who Will
Wow.
Smith is.
Good memory.
Yeah. Talk about a random thing that came out of my mind because I don't follow basketball like at all. And it was just like a random pull. Wow.
I totally forgot about that guy.
Yeah.
Like, he never played.
I don't think he played a single game.
He
We have,
definitely played, but
well,
not
yeah,
much.
but like not in my mind. We have
Yeah. Wow. Good find. I don't know how the fuck you thought about that.
thank you. I don't know how I did either. But we've rambled for 50 minutes kind of about nothing.
Yeah, just
We
being on here to be on here again.
yeah, we're good to call it an epi.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm
Hey,
glad we did it to do it.
shout out to everyone who stopped by. Well, love y'all.
Or nobody that stopped by. Let's
Thank you
go.
for absolutely the one people who are gonna watch this, which is Brendan's account. So shout out Brendan if you made it to the end. And yeah,
or me.
let's go into next week. Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye.